run. This is the button that we use to run our script. So for the first time I'm running it, it's going to ask me to save it first. I'm going to save it in my desktop. Just give it any name you'd like, but let's just write first, then save. Okay. Now once we run this, you can see that it says welcome to the first Python tutorial. This is basically what we did here. We just told it to write something on the screen. It wrote something on the screen. So that is a basic Python script. That is the most basic thing you can do basically in Python. Now, let me explain a couple of things about object-oriented programming. Python is a type of object-oriented programming which is similar to languages like Java, like C, like there are a lot of them, including stuff like JavaScript and stuff like that. All of them are called object-oriented programming. Now, what we mean by object-oriented programming is when you're making your code has to reference something that we call a object. An object is basically uh, let's say a specific form of something we call class. In the future, I might do a tutorial on how all this works, but for now, we're going to talk about some objects that are generally in Python, which are the built-in data types. Now, there are a couple of them in Python, and they are a bit common in most languages, which are the first one is a string. A string is basically a sequence of characters, just like the one we wrote here, which is welcome to the first Python tutorial. This is an example of a string. But instead of just printing it direct on screen, what we can do is we can save it as, can give it a name. We can give the string a name, which, for example, I can write it as welcome, welcome, and set it equal to welcome first Python tutorial. Then instead of writing print welcome to the first Python tutorial, I can just write welcome string. And you see that this will have the same effect as writing welcome to the first Python tutorial in the parentheses. So this is what this is a data type which is